The offers I get for doing full, complete nude and explicit, it's absolutely outrageous. Weirdest OnlyFans story? I'd probably say Rhiannon Blue Taylor, and I'm 24. I describe an OnlyFans model as a content creator. To me, it's a paid version of Instagram, but I'd say it's got more of an intimate side to it. I've always wanted to do it, but the ex-partners I've been with, obviously, I'd say like, oh, how would you feel about if I did lingerie modelling or topless modelling? And people in the past weren't comfortable with, which I understand. And then I met my current partner and he basically said, why don't you go for it? He thought it was great. So, like I said, I'm lucky. A lot of girls will message me and say, I can't start because my boyfriend will go absolutely crazy. I do understand, because it's a hard way of putting it. People see it as, oh, well, how does your boyfriend feel about the fact that you're sharing yourself on the internet? But at the end of the day, if you're in an open relationship and you trust each other, he will sit down and I will always say to him once a week, once a month, do you want to look through like my content? Do you want to, like, I would happily give my phone over and say, have a look. And he looks through the conversations, and most of them are, yeah, you have like some of the sexy, naughty conversations, which he knows, he's aware of. But most of them are just people that want company. They're asking you what's for dinner. They're asking, oh, they've got a new job interview and I'm saying good luck, or stuff like that. It's absolutely mad. So he doesn't care. And the pictures, I mean, he gets free content anyway, because I'll send him my weekly content. He'll be like, yeah, you look great, like amazing. So if you're in a relationship where you trust each other and you're open with each other, he tells me every week how proud he is of me, because yeah, it should not, I don't understand why people look down on it. It's sexy pictures. You see sexy pictures in magazines, like you see page 3 girls, like it shouldn't be shamed upon. I personally find it really empowering, because I feel like for me, I've now got the independence to do with whatever I want to do with my life. Last month was probably my best month yet on OnlyFans, and I made about $28,000. I go to topless. I do, obviously, when I say lingerie and swimwear, obviously it's not me just stood there like a catalogue. They are sexy versions of that, so take that whichever way you want. And I can do full nude, but it's implied, so it'll be hands, obviously, covering that area. I'm really close with my mum and dad, very, very close to them. I've got nothing to hide. Like, my mum helps me with all of my finance side of OnlyFans, so she knows everything, she's seen everything. I'm very lucky that I do have very open parents, and that they're really proud of me. They tell me all the time, they send me cards in the post saying we're proud of you, because I've accomplished so many things. Like, I've bought my first property at 22, like I've done so many things, so obviously they're very proud. So with content leaking, yeah, it's always gonna happen. You can be careful, and I'd say with some people, and like for myself, the more explicit stuff you do, you don't have to put on your feed. You can basically, the way to explain it is like you can send a broadcast message to private people, so people you trust maybe, but at the end of the day, whatever you put on the internet will always get leaked, especially if you've got a bigger following on social media, because people want to talk and it's just rubbish, but it happens. You can pay companies online, you just have to literally type in leaked content like DCMA or DMCA agents, and you pay them a yearly figure, or I think with some websites you can pay like a monthly figure, and they will do a weekly search of your name. They'll remove any content that they find, and if I came across someone messaged me saying, look, I've just found this picture of you on the internet you might want to see, I'll just copy and paste that to the people that I'm paying, and they will remove that link. Also, though, with some websites there is like an email at the bottom of the page, so you can always contact them, but it is very difficult, and so many websites you fully can't get them removed. I've found websites before with pictures of myself, and I've passed it on to my agent, and they'll be like, that's just, you can't remove it. That's why I say you've got to kind of be a strong-minded person to do OnlyFans, because once you put that stuff out, you need to sit there with yourself and know that if that stuff gets leaked and people are talking about it, that's your doing. You've decided to put yourself out there. If you start an OnlyFans account and you've got a social media following already, people are typing your name in to find the leaks anyway. So if I thought, do you know what, I'm going to give up OnlyFans, I'm going to go get a job in wherever, a law firm next week, which I couldn't, but if I wanted to, all they've got to do is type my name in and they would find something, whether it would be a very bad explicit one, which I haven't posted anything that explicit, but a topless photo, or even just like a underwear but like a bent over picture and a thong, that is going to affect me getting a job 100%. But I think for me, I know what I want from life, and you can't plan your life. I don't ever want to work a 9 to 5. So with this, I work really, really hard. I save probably over 50% of what I make every month to put aside towards property for the future. So I'm building myself up to then get to a point in my life where I won't ever have to be in that boat. I don't want to be in that boat ever. So I'm being clever with my money now and saving so that in the future I will always be my own boss. I mean, they say it's like a time, like you only get a certain amount of time, but I mean, it's not. You do get older women on there. I don't think I will be that type of person, but I'm going to make sure I do OnlyFans. And then when I'm ready to settle down and I think, do you know what, I've had enough of it now, I've got enough money in the bank to set up another business, and I will always be the boss of what I do and make my own money. For example, last week I got a guy that wanted me to dress up as Ariana Grande. I was like, are you on the right site? Like, what? For me to get people asking me on a daily basis, like, can you do a twerking video? Or can you do a sexy striptease? That's all fine, that's what I do, love that. Role play, great, dress up. And then for someone to turn around to me and say, I want a video of you like Ariana Grande. Like, I was like, what? Like, what? It's such a random thing. And then I said, well, yeah, but what, like, do you want me to sing? Like, what do you want me to do? He was like, no, just, I need your hair. Sent me a picture of her hair, how I had to copy, the shade of the lip gloss. And I think, not in an awful way, I'm not saying men can't know makeup, but for a subscriber to say, I need you in this lip shade, like, I was like, that's really like, how have you even found that? I know MAC makeup and I don't even know what that is. Like, what was he on about? So that made me laugh because I didn't have to really do anything. I just had to wear leather leggings, look like Ariana Grande, even though I don't at all, and I'm blonde with blue eyes. It's completely opposite. And I didn't have to dance or anything. I just had to show my outfit and stand for 5 minutes. And I was like, 5 minutes is a long time to just show you what I look like. And he was like, no, need 5 minutes. Yeah, and I just thought, what? Like I said, each to their own, but it's just bizarre. I just think, what on earth out of that video are you getting? I don't get it. It's mad. It's actually mad. Weirdest OnlyFans story? I'd probably say a guy subscribed and his name was like Slave 101 or whatever it was, but he wanted a video of me specifically in this like very specific outfit, leather trousers, tops and non-nudity with knee-high boots, and he wanted the camera angled on the floor and he wanted to pretend he was a bug on the bottom of my shoe. That's the kind of stuff I have to deal with my OnlyFans. So I basically had to show my shoe to the camera, tell him to lick my shoe, tell him how pathetic he is. So you say like, you're a pathetic loser, and it's great fun, but it's definitely not for everyone because I speak to other girls and they're like, I just can't be mean. And it's like, I just pretend I'm Regina George from Mean Girls and just go for it. The biggest challenge I have faced is the loneliness, and I don't think that's spoken about enough. Like, I'm home alone every single day, making content, which is fine. And yeah, I'm typing to people and I'm having conversations with people every day, but you're never in human contact. It does get really lonely and you can get really, really sad because at the end of the day, you've done all these pictures, you look great, you've glammed up, you take it all off and you sit down, but you're still on your own. Now it's even worse because obviously you don't get any human contact because we're not allowed, so it's difficult. I always say to people, if you've got a degree in the background or you've got a career you want to pursue, don't just drop everything to make quick cash. Like for me, this is something I'm passionate about. I love dressing up, I love being sexy, I love doing all that kind of thing. I like chatting to people, and this is my career. This is what I want to pursue for the next few years. So for people that just want to jump on the bandwagon because it's popular and they want to make a few £100, it's not worth it. Not if it's going to risk a career that you want to have later on in life. Once a picture's on the internet, it's always on the internet, and even though you can get these removed, it's always there. So if it could trip you up later in life, really think about it before you start. And yes, there is a big stigma about it, and there's always going to be a stigma. There always is going to be a stigma around sexuality stuff to do with girls. There always is, and we want to break it, but it's not going to be broken by the time I've had kids. I think telling a girl would be easier than telling a son. If I had a son and he goes to school and he hits 16 years old and all his friends go, oh, we've got these pictures of your mum, at the end of the day, that is going to be hard, but I'm going to bring my kids up to be so open-minded and know that there's nothing wrong with what I did. People always say, don't they, like, those people that are hating, they're not paying your bills. So as long as you do what makes you happy and makes you money, why should it matter to anyone else? Women have always, for as long as it goes, been sexualized by the world, like forever. It's always been a thing. But with OnlyFans, people don't understand, and people really need to understand that you can take whatever direction you want on that website. There's people on there that do the most random things, like even there's musicians on there, there's like PTs on there, there's everything on there. And there shouldn't be a stigma around it. At the end of the day, this OnlyFans as a platform has given women, like, they can take charge of what they want to do. They get independence from it. They can be a businesswoman from it. We set our boundaries. We're not told what to do by anybody. I don't know why people should have an opinion about it or have anything bad to say about it. What am I going to do after OnlyFans? I think personally I'll stop when I have children, or I could have kids and then I might be out for 2 years and then I might be like, actually, I might want to go back to OnlyFans. But the goal is invest my money into lots of different properties, rent them out, do them up, sell them on, and then hopefully I can just live in a nice big house and do what actually makes me happy, which will be something to do with dogs.